Let's talk about The Gorge. And this is the first time I'm reviewing a streaming movie. In case anyone has been subscribed to my channel and podcast for so long, I've been always reviewing movies from theaters only, and that's the epitome of me loving spectacles on the big screen. But this is not something I've been wanting to do for such a long time. But it's been long coming. I've been excited for this movie, and it's finally out on streaming exclusively. Unfortunately, it's not in theaters, but this is something I kind of want to try out something outside of movie theaters for the first time on my channel. So, The Gorge is what we're talking about on this episode. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and leave a like. So, The Gorge, Apple TV Plus movie. It's not in theaters. Apple TV Plus movies have been always been a bombs here and then over the past couple years. But The Gorge, I've been only excited because they got two big leads in this movie that entices and intrigues me. And I'm talking two great co-stars that were the biggest takeaway in this movie. You have Anya Taylor-Joy, which I'm a huge Anya Taylor-Joy fan. I love me some Anya Taylor-Joy. And Goose himself, which I'm referred to him nowadays from Top Gun Maverick. You got Miles Teller in his movie. And this is the first time they even met before joining on set. And this is where they be in a movie together. So, The Gorge, what's really about, just to give a little context as much as I can, they play two characters in this movie, and they're both assigned an assignment. They're both not supposed to get in contact, and they're both split it on each territorial tower on each side. And what's down there in the middle of the hole is the gorge. And they're both assigned to keep intruders away from coming out or anything coming up at this point. That's the best I can describe it, really. But the gorge is really has some intriguing stuff besides the two leads. You really got some fused genres in this movie. It's mostly romance. There's action, and there's sometimes horror elements involved. And it does have some jump scares here and then, a little bit. So, I really love this movie. I actually find this movie enjoyable at every level, despite being a streaming movie. And I damn wish it was in theaters. Could have been a lot more satisfying, but that's fine, really. I could see why it didn't meant to be in theaters, and that's no issue as I watch it. But I really loved the chemistry. Like I said, the biggest takeaway, just to bring this up, the best part, Anya Taylor-Joy, Miles Teller's chemistry were amazing in this movie, and they were the biggest takeaway, as I said. I thought they were both fantastic. Anya Taylor-Joy plays Drasa, and Miles Teller plays Levi. They're both amazing. They both have on-fire set chemistry. And there's some amazing set pieces in this movie that were even awesome. You even got some funky, weird choice musics in this movie, of course, that also kind of rolled my head a bit. But I think about it a little more. It makes a lot of sense. It's an Apple TV Plus movie anyways. I can see why otherwise. But other than that, the set pieces they had together in this movie, even at times they were like far away, splitted. I thought their set and chemistry were amazing. Like so fun to watch. They were entertaining. And even when they got to team up in person, this was even fun to watch. The romance was on point, like everything. I really was smiling through this movie to enjoying it. And I love their dialogue. I love their chemistry going on. And it was my favorite part of the movie. They were like my most favorite part in the entire movie. I've watched them blend together. And that's what co-star is pretty much to me. When I see a romance and chemistry involved with great co-stars, this is where I get interested into it. And Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller fulfilled it. They fulfilled my expectations with this movie. And they were the best parts that I really enjoyed throughout this movie, pretty much. You also got the fused genre, like I said. I thought it was well done. It's romance, action, and horror. And it was pretty amazing to see where the story goes with this movie. My only downside is that the pacing in this movie could have been a little longer. Nothing wrong with the pacing whatsoever, but it could have been like at least a little longer because as soon as they were going down in the gorge together, there wasn't enough lore, it wasn't enough explanation of how the gorge became existent. They were able to give a little explanation, but there was like a lot more exploration to that movie with this Gorge. I think it could have been a lot more better. And adding at least 20 to 30 minutes of this movie portion with that Gorge could have been better. But I get it. The movie's like 2 hours and 7-10 minutes at best. It is a little long movie, as I suppose. But the pacing went by so fast as soon as the first act just went by. It went straight to like the second act where Levi and Drasa met, and then things went down from there. I mean, I can't say it's really boring otherwise, but like I said, the romance and chemistry were just perfect, and they were fun to watch. So that's pretty much how I can like say the only weaknesses was the pacing, but everything else with the chemistry and the action and the my little weakness, another weakness to this movie, just to give a little more perspective. I know the CGI is the best it could be, but at some times in some CGI visuals, they're a little rough, like those tree men that you will probably see as you watch the movie. I thought they look a little rough, but there's some other visuals and CGI involved that were pretty okay. So I thought, to Apple standard, the VFX weren't the greatest, but it's okayish at best. I thought they were just a little rough at times with the tree men that you get to see in the movie, the creatures involved, but I kind of thought they would have been a little more better on the side of Apple making these movies, making these stuff like Monarch, the Monarch show. They have great VFX and CGI involved, and I thought the VFX were incredible, top notch. I thought they would have made it something like this, but with this movie, it kind of had little rough VFX on the side, so it was really unfortunate to what I would assume how big or how major the visuals would be with this movie. That's pretty much what I got. Another praise, Scott Derrickson's directing this, and to my surprise, I thought he did a good job with this movie and the direction he's doing. He's also known with the Doctor Strange movie, the first one, and he's done horror movies as well. He even did The Black Phone. The sequel's coming out later this year. So him doing this movie, I thought it was really interesting. And getting Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller teaming up were even great. And to my excitement, I really would love to see him come back on together on screen again, but hopefully in a theatrical setting, because I think this is where it gets a lot of interest. But even though they're both of them not butts in the seats, however, but I think fans like myself, I think I would love to see Anya Taylor Joy and Miles Teller come together on screen again, because I thought this was a very interesting project, and I've been very excited ever since this was going on. It took a lot for it to come out, and finally, here it is. It just came out February 14th, and I literally was hoping it'd be a theatrical movie, but it's an Apple TV, so I'm not surprised. But this was a very good movie. I kind of would recommend if you're looking for something to watch at home at times and you're bored. This is a movie could be just perfect for your liking, and I really had a good time with that movie. Believe it or not, I got to see where the chemistry lies to my expectations, and they were right there. Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller fulfilled and dynamicked this movie together, and I thought they were just great together pretty much throughout this movie. So, if anything, I would really recommend The Gorge for sure. And this is, like I said, my very first time reviewing a streaming movie, and I never do that often. This is the first time I'm doing it. So, in this new season of this podcast and show, I thought this was really interesting, and people have been telling me to try a review a stream movie, and there you all go. I got to try out something outside movie theaters, so there you go. This is my first ever stream movie, but not everyone's surprises, don't act surprised if I still won't review stream movies often, but only certain ones like The Gorge. I had to really try something out, and I'm really hoping this would really get me to review stream movies a little often here and then, because I think this would be just fun to do, and I thought they were pretty okay to even try them out. So there you go. That is my review for The Gorge. If anything, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. 3.5 stars is my rating for this movie. And like I said, it's really pretty good to my surprise. I really recommend this movie if you're looking for something to watch at home on Apple TV Plus, etc. Well, that being said, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think of The Gorge? If you've seen it, let me know down below. And let me know if you want to see Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller join it together on screen again, because I surely think it'd be so awesome and fire to see them together on screen, hopefully on a big screen. But if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, as well as you're listening to anything on the podcast, subscribe as well. And I want to let you all know, each one of you all, stay safe out there. Thanks for the video, guys, and God bless. Peace.